In the headlines, APC presidential flag bearer Bola Ahmed Tinubu visits President Muhammadu Buhari at presidential villa. Federal government links attacks on worshippers in Owo to ISWAP fighters. Court orders FCT minister to swear in council chairman. And on the foreign scene, after almost a year of investigation, Donald Trump accused of attempted coup at Capitol riot hearing. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I'm Dashan Hussaina Usman. And now the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has warned political parties that its candidate nomination portal for 2023 general elections would... we apologize for that mistake. Preliminary investigations have revealed that terror cells linked to the deadly Islamic State in the West African province executed last Sunday's attack on St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State. It is one of the issues discussed at Thursday's National Security Council meeting convened by President Muhammadu Buhari at State House, Abuja. Kenya Mudu reports.
A whole weight rests on the shoulders of members of the National Security Council as they converge on the council chambers of State House, Abuja. Insiders say President Buhari is very unhappy that the recent attack in Owo, Ondo State slipped past security agents. Investigations after the fact have revealed some rather weighty information.
We are zeroing in on ISWAP, the Islamic State for West Africa. It is not an ethno-religious thing. The animals in ISWAP wanting attention and recognition are suspected to have launched that attack.
It can be ISWAP, it can be any other thing. It is an act of terrorism that can be seen from all angles. The Honorable Minister said ISWAP. ISWAP is just it's a suspicion. He said it is suspicion. There is a lot high suspicion that it is an act of the ISWAP.
Government is insisting that the Owo attack did not have any ethnic or religious reasons.
There is no ethnic agenda here. There is no religious agenda here. Pure cowardly criminals are involved in this to precipitate crisis that will suit their own fancy and objective.
It means they cannot look away from the mob attacks which have occurred in Sokoto and the Federal Capital Territory in the name of blasphemy.
The police has been directed to mobilize, identify, and prehend all those involved in the blasphemy attacks in two areas of the country, namely Sokoto and Abuja of recent.
The victims of the Kaduna-Abuja train attacks are still a sore point for the federal government. But if the Inspector General of Police is to be believed, they will soon be released by their captors. Away from crime and conflict, President Buhari has directed the deployment of adequate security personnel and apparatus for the forthcoming Osun and Ekiti state elections. The police will be deploying over 17,000 personnel to Ekiti State for elections coming up on the 18th of this month. From State House, Abuja, Kehinde Amudu, Trust TV News.
Kaduna State government says at least 32 people have been confirmed dead following Sunday's attacks on Dogom Noma, Ungwan Sarki and Ungwan Maikori in Kajuru local government area. The State Commissioner on Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, in the latest security update on the incident, commiserated with families of victims of the attacks, which it described as gruesome. While debunking reports suggesting that the victims of the attack were killed by terrorists using a helicopter, the Kaduna State government explained that an Air Force helicopter under the Operation Whirl Punch dispatched to the area had earlier scanned the first two locations and sighted burnt houses and properties on fire. He added that the helicopter intercepted the bandits at the last location and engaged them as they retreated before the arrival of ground troops to the general area. Aruwan noted that the story that a helicopter provided air support to the bandits against the locals is an untrue account. Families of passengers abducted in the ill-fated Abuja-Kaduna train have dismissed as false news circulating on the social media of the purported release of the passengers. In a short statement released by Abdul Fatai Jimo and Ba'abba Muhammad, the relatives of the victims asked members of the public to disregard the story. Meanwhile, a relative of one of the victims, Sani Lawal, says the purported story is false but hopes to reunite with their loved ones as soon as they regain freedom.
Well, it's unfortunate, let me say it categorically, it's a lie. There's no truth about it. Nothing of such happened. Our loved ones are still with their kidnappers. I mean, those that hold them, they are still with them. I don't know how it even comes out about this story. It's very, very disturbing because we have gone far. We are hoping for this thing to end soon. But unfortunately, this has put us in a tight corner. We would like to appeal to whoever has hand in this issue to publicly deny it, because it's a lie, it's not true. All the 61 members that were held captive are still in the bush. They are not yet with us. We are hoping in the next couple of days, we are hoping for all of them to be released, inshallah. So I will still call on all good-meaning Nigerians to continue with prayers. You know, inshallah, they will be with us. And we would like to assure our relatives that no one is hiding any information regarding, you know, the release of our loved ones. We have been bombarded since yesterday on, call for good-willing Nigerians asking us, congratulating us. Well, we are seeing the near end of this issue, inshallah.
Police in Kano said suspected armed robbers were arrested trying to rob one Indian national at his residence in Sharat quarters. A statement signed by Police Public Relations Officer DSP Abdullahi Kiawa said also arrested was a tricycle rider Alhaji Musa at the residence of the Indian after attempting to escape. The four suspects, according to police, confessed to having conspired to rob the Indian but were frustrated. The PPRO said some items recovered from them include mobile phone, sharp knife, laptop, and Indian rupees, among other documents. The statement said the suspects will be charged to court. The Independent National Electoral Commission has warned political parties that its candidate nomination portal for 2023 general elections would automatically shut down at 6 p.m. on June 17th for national elections and 6 p.m. on July 15th for state elections. Chairman of the Commission, Mohammed Yakubu, gave the warning at the Commission's meeting with resident electoral commissioners on Thursday in Abuja. Yakubu reminded political parties that all primaries for election of flag bearers for the 2023 elections will end on Thursday, June 9, while all political parties are required to submit their list of candidates for presidential, vice presidential, senatorial, and House of Representatives elections latest Friday, June 17th. According to him, the list of candidates for governorship and deputy governorship as well as state houses of assembly shall be uploaded from July 1 to July 15 as already provided in the timetable and schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections already released by the Commission. INEC said that only the names of candidates that emerge from democratic parties as provided by Section 84 of the Electoral Act 2022 shall be submitted to the Commission. Some APC members have hailed the just concluded presidential primary of the party that produced Bola Tinubu as candidate, saying the party will coast to victory in the 2023 elections. Members also call for unity among the party faithfuls to close ranks for the party to retain power irrespective of contending interests. Trust TV's Shafi'u Suleiman reports.
23 presidential aspirants went into the convention ground full of hopes, but 9 of them later pulled out of the contest, with 7 stepping down for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and 1 for Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. The other withdrew voluntarily. 14 aspirants slog it out at the ballot, and at the closer poll, one aspirant emerged, Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Tinubu's victory is really a welcome development. His resilience, doggedness, and articulated investment in politics, especially in human development, has endeared him to all sections of the country, and his emergence as APC's flag bearer has comforted all party members that the course has been cleared for the party to win the next presidential election.
Party members are hopeful that the APC's flag bearer will lead the party to victory, irrespective of the challenges ahead.
We are going to abide by our constitution, APC constitution, and Nigeria's constitution, and then that of the PAC here. We have over 40 million people, APC members that got registered, and we have over 10,000 support groups supporting us nationwide. Yes. With this project is going to be as easy as possible.
They want other contestants and the party loyalists to work tirelessly for the success of the party, which will be contesting the nation's #1 seat, with other political parties aiming at wresting power from the ruling party. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Similarly, fresh off his victory at the presidential primaries of the All Progressives Congress, winner of the contest, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, visited President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday as his residence at the presidential villa, Abuja. Tinubu was full of praise for the president, who he said he did not at any time attempt to tinker with the process of the primaries to favor one ethnic group over the other. Kehinde Amodu reports.
The presidential candidate is accompanied on this thank you visit by Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his brother Wale Tinubu. Obviously elated, Senator Tinubu says the victory at the primaries does not belong to him, but to President Buhari, who is living a legacy of transparency and consistency and commitment to democratic principles and values.
If you have to give it to anybody yesterday, it's not my victory that is important. It's the process and the management of that election that gave it to President Muhammadu Buhari.
So what will be the selling point of a Bola Tinubu candidacy to the Nigerian electorate?
I'm brilliant. I am experienced from private sector to public sector and ready to hit the ground running same day and not mess up.
And what is his advice to members of the APC as the party prepares for the 2023 polls?
All APC family members should celebrate in a limited manner. We just begin hard work. The work ahead to win the victory for our party is a hard one, and we will win.
The next thing Nigerians want to know is who is Bola Tinubu's running mate at the polls.
I won't tell you that. That is my right.
The candidate says that information is in his pocketbook, which may infer that he already knows who it is. From State House Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to work with governors of the ruling All Progressives Congress to support the party's presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all party candidates to success in 2023. In a letter addressed to Governor Abubakar Bagudu of Kebbi State and Chairman Progressives Governors Forum, the president described that the just concluded presidential primary of the APC as one of the most competitive and peaceful in the history of Nigeria's democracy. President Buhari commended the role of the PGF chairman played in the success of the primary that produced the standard bearer of the party in the 2023 elections, Asiwaju Tinubu, and assured that he will work with all stakeholders to ensure that the party emerges victorious. Justice Muhammad Ibrahim of the Federal Capital Territory High Court sitting in Kubwa has ordered the FCT administration to swear in the newly elected chairman and the councillors immediately. It will be recalled that on May 18, 2022, Justice Muhammad Ibrahim suspended the swearing-in of the elected chairman and their councillors. Following the earlier judgment, the FCT Minister Mohammed Bello suspended the inauguration and ordered the legal team of the FCTA to seek redress for the judgment. Justice Mohammed, while delivering the fresh judgment on Thursday, admitted to errors that led to a judgment on issues concerning the elongation of the tenure of the outgoing chairman in the 6 area councils. Justice Mohammed explained that he has vacated his first judgment and subsequently directed the FCT minister to immediately swear in the new area council chairman and their councillors. You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up after the break. Scourge of monkeypox in Zamfara. Do stay with us. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that APC presidential flag bearer Bola Ahmed Tinubu visited President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa. You also heard that federal government links attacks on worshippers in Owo to ISWAP fighters. Moving to more news, Nigerian Navy said it has intensified efforts in the fight against illegal bunkering and oil theft activities. Commander NNS Pathfinder Suleiman Ibrahim disclosed this to journalists at the illegal crude oil market Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The report.
In line with the mandate of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gombo, to maintain zero tolerance for criminal activities within the Nigerian maritime environment, the Nigerian Navy has busted an illegal crude oil market located at Couthon Channel near Obumakiri community in the Gema local government area of Rivers State and recovered an unspecified amount of crude oil siphoned from a manifold in the area. Commander Ibrahim explained that the feat was achieved following a ground and aerial operation code named Operation Dakatar da Barau, which means Stop the Thief, which was launched by the Chief of Naval Staff on April 1, 2022 in Oni, River State.
Just behind you, there is where we refer to as a market square. That is over 50 square kilometers where stolen crude is illegally cooked. But along the line, we're very curious to find out where the source of the crude oil that they take to Market Square to cook, where does it come from? Our tactical riverine squadron was able to identify the source of the crude oil theft. Then with the aid of the helicopter, so we're able to deploy. And then when we got here, we discovered 4 boats, but one has sunk already. So 3 of them are still floating, and we've equally discovered the manifold where this product is being stolen from.
Commander Ibrahim, while reaffirming its determination to end the theft, stressed that the Navy has resolved to deploy all necessary measures to checkmate the ugly trend in the Nigerian territorial waters.
The Nigerian Navy has launched an operation which, in the first instance, is going to be for 90 days, and then after that, we'll do a reassessment, and then if there's a need to extend, that will be done. And the JTF equally has launched Operation Octopus Grip. So these 2 operations are running concurrently. So as it stands, there are 2 ongoing operations, all aimed at boosting crude oil production for Nigeria, and at the same time, stopping all of those people that have made it a part of their lives to steal and deny the nation its legitimate earnings. I would call upon them to desist. There are so many initiatives by the federal government, by the state government, for them to do something meaningful. Because at the end of the day, the Nigerian Navy would not allow this thing to go on.
Adding that troops were currently on the trial of the fleeing suspects and their collaborators.
The Zamfara State Ministry of Health says it is examining a suspected case of monkeypox disease in the state. The Commissioner for Health, Aliyu Abubakar, disclosed this at a media engagement by the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. The report.
The one-day media engagement is aimed at bringing media practitioners, partners and health personnel to brainstorm on how to increase awareness on preventing child killer diseases. Executive Secretary Zamfara State Primary Healthcare Board, Dr. Tukur Ismail, acknowledged the role of the media in effecting behavioral change, adding that with proper awareness, monkeypox does not stand a chance in the state. He disclosed that one of the major challenges the board is facing is non-compliance of parents to the immunization of their children and urged media practitioners to heighten publicity in the area of immunization of children.
Nobody can underscore or underestimate the role of media in terms of awareness creation of all organizations in the world. And whenever we want to make improvements in terms of service delivery, whatever it is, media is the springboard. One of the major challenges we are having is we have the vaccines, we have the eligible children, we have the staff. Unfortunately, the vaccines are not getting to the children. We still have issues with rates and misconceptions. We still have issues with child absence. We still have issues with no compliance. We still have issues with, because we realize that sometimes when you hear an issue of child absence, it's a subtle way of non-compliance.
The Zamfara State Commissioner for Health, Aliyu Abubakar, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Aliyu Meikeo, said although there is no confirmed case of monkeypox in the state, the ministry has put in place measures to prevent the outbreak of the disease and other childhood diseases. He highlighted the successes recorded and plans to reach hard-to-reach areas with health services, especially those ravaged by insecurity in the state.
We had the disease outbreak in some of the places. We have the emergency detention center here in Zamfara State, and each of the NGO will have disease surveillance officers. We ask them to work with surveillance activities and where one is. Whenever we have even a symptom, we quickly take the necessary things we're supposed to take. So we hope that by Allah we're not going to have this.
The forum was also used to call on residents of the state who have not yet received their COVID-19 jabs to go to designated centers to receive theirs, while intending pilgrims are expected to collect their doses of the COVID-19 in order to qualify for the 2022 Hajj.
On the foreign scene, after almost a year of investigation, the Democratic-led U.S. House of Representatives Select Committee opened on Thursday evening by showing clips from interviews it conducted with members of Mr. Trump's inner circle. Footage was aired of testimony by former U.S. Attorney General Bill Barr, saying he had repeatedly told the former president that he had lost the election and his claims that it had been stolen were wrong. The hearing also featured a recording of testimony by Ivanka Trump, the ex-president's daughter, saying she accepted Mr. Barr's rejection of her father's conspiracy theory. Let's join Adeni Ajishafe for sports update.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria on Thursday made a return to MK Abiola Stadium after their ouster from the World Cup qualifiers to redeem their image and launch a comeback as they beat Leon Stars of Sierra Leone to win the first competitive match under newly appointed coach Jose Pizarro. The Leon Stars opened scoring when William Troost-Ekong could not stop a pass headed home by Jonathan Morsey in the 11th minute to make it 1-0 for Sierra Leone. Super Eagles, via a pass from Moses Simon to Alexi Iwobi, was converted by the Everton man to make it 1-1 in the 16th minute. The third goal of the match and second for the Nigerian team came on the 41st minute when Torino player Olaino made a long pass to connect Moses Simon, who laid it for Victor Osimhen to slot home and make it 2-1 for Eagles. John Caster's men from Sierra Leone will be hoping for a better performance in the second leg, although not a very good performance from Super Eagles. It is, however, a good result to survive the scare of losing at home. That's Sport News. I am Adeni Ajishafe.
And with that, we've come to the end of Trust News Update. Don't forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Dashan Husseina Usman. Thanks for watching.